Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Brandon. Welcome to Back After 10. Today is part 2. That's right, part 2 of the dual ball comparison, where we do a pin up and a pin down version of a few balls from the tournament series from Storm. Today's video, we're going to be talking about the Ion Max Pearl, a ball that I know we have sold a lot of here in the shop here at Next Generation Bowlers Pro Shop. And there's a lot of people all over the internet when this ball was kind of sort of leaked, in a manner of speaking. It was available only overseas, and I guess by popular demand, it's here and it's been used on tour already. Simonson, even though he didn't win that tournament, used that ball on the show. Several guys have been using it in the last few tournaments, and it looks good. So we're going to talk about this ball, but today we're going to talk about it being with two different layouts, because here at Next Generation Bowlers Pro Shops, we do believe that layouts do matter. So without further ado, we're going to jump right into the video. All right, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Brandon, back after 10 again. I actually recorded the Ion Max Pearl video, sort of, but the big thing was I didn't hit the record button. So we're going to make this quick. So I have two Ion Max Pearls. I have a pin up and a pin down. Numbers are going to be somewhere right here. We're going to start with the pin down version. That's the one I drilled up first. So what I like about the pin down version, smooth. I don't normally drill up a lot of pin down equipment. My pro shop operator said, listen, we know we got some tournaments and stuff coming up. Let's get some different shapes in the bag. Let's get some more items to complement each other since you're learning a new brand. So, since I drilled an Ion Max solid, let's do a pin down Ion Max Pearl. And as you saw, on the semi-fresh, because I've only thrown about maybe 4 total games on this pair. Smooth, long, continuous, right? Because this ball does have a big core. It has the same core as the original Ion Max, but it's got a pearlized version, a heavy loaded nano version, if I'm not mistaken, of that same cover. So it's not weak by any means. I'm going to show you a couple more shots with the pin down. Then we're going to transition to the pin up version. And then we're going to transition to the Bionic, so you can see all three, because the Ion Max Solid, Ion Max Pearl have the same core, different cover, but then you have the symmetrical version in the Bionic, which is going to give you something a little bit different. So maybe you could have all three in the bag at the same time. So because this ball naturally wants to get down lane with this layout, once it sees friction, she's going to go. So if you're someone who likes to play straighter longer, if you're not used to having pin down layouts, consult with your pro shop operator to see if that can fit your game for sure. We'll do one more shot, and then we're going to transition to the pin up version. I'm going to move a little left, so I was standing at like 22, 21, so I'm going to go 24 with my feet. A pinch right, but that's what that pin down shape does. It gives you a little more energy retention down lane versus the pin up, and you'll see what I mean. So now I'm going to throw the pin up version. I'm going to go back to where I was originally, which was 21 with my feet. Playing the track area so you can see the difference between the pin up and the pin down version. The ball still took off, not nearly as violent off the spot, or not, I shouldn't say violent, not nearly as round off the spot versus the pin up model. So we're going to throw this pin up version, moved in about 24, 25 with my feet. We're going to see what this looks like in comparison to that pin down model. Yeah, see, it got to the corner. I leaked it right. It got there, but it was just slow. Nowhere near as responsive. Nowhere near as it didn't recover the same. I think that's just because that pin-up layout, that ball is forced to burn up so much more energy. It's flaring way more. So I have now moved into about 28 with my feet. I'm gonna move my eyes in a little bit on the pattern because this ball needs some oil despite anything else. It needs oil no matter what. Yeah, I double dribbled that one, kind of dumped it, but it still recovered the way I think it should do because that ball needs oil. All right, so same spot. I'm gonna try to throw a much better quality shot than what I did before. Yeah. Even though it's a pearl, this ball needs a little bit of oil, just saying. So finally, we're gonna move into probably the more versatile of the three balls, and that is the Bionic. Storm says it's their symmetrical version of this ion core. So I think you can have a little more versatility out of it. Yeah, played the same part of the lane as I did with that pin-up one. It hit harder because it retained more energy. I'm gonna go right and see what it looked like if I played it the same area as that pin down version. This area is probably a little burned up by now, but this will give you an idea. If you are going to go pin down versus maybe going with a Bionic pin up, this is what you might see. Even though for scoring purposes, if that's the overall area I had to play to score, I wouldn't use the pin up Ion Max Pearl. I wouldn't even use the pin down. I'd use the Bionic, even though it still took off, that hook window was a lot longer. So that means I could probably move in a little bit better and have a more consistent read. All right, so I'm gonna move in a little bit with the Bionic, just outside of that overall track area, just inside of it really, so you can see what the ball looks like. Because this is where most of folks are probably gonna play the lanes anyway. Yeah, threw that one kind of slow, but you get the gist of what I'm trying to show you guys. So I hope that helped. You guys got to see some differences between, you know, a pin up and a pin down version of the same ball in comparison to its bigger brother and little brother, the Ion Max and the Bionic. I think if you were going to try to have any combination of the bunch, if you're a tournament bowler, you could probably get away with having them all. But if you just bowl on a house, unless your house has a lot of oil, you probably don't necessarily need an Ion Max. Maybe the pin-up version of an Ion Max Pearl, maybe with a little bit of surface, and then you can ball down to a Bionic with a maybe comparable layout that fits you. I don't probably think it would be a good idea as your league bowler to have all of them in your bag. But again, if you're a tournament bowler like myself, you need a variety of shapes because sometimes you just don't know what you're going to get into, especially when you are bowling out of states and bowling in centers that you're not familiar with, or if they put out patterns that you're not familiar with. You need to have that variety of shapes. So again, hopefully that helps you. Let me know in the comment section below if this is working out for you. I got one more video to do for you guys, and that is a comparison between a pin up and a pin down Gremlin, one of my favorite balls of the tournament series by Storm. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Brandon from Back After 10. Thanks to Stardust Lanes for hooking me up with a fresh lane. My guys over at Next Generation Bowlers Pro Shop, Cool Wick, 12 Bagger, Hype Nation, Joe Po. I cannot forget the bowling ball doctor. They have a product called Code Red. That's what we use exclusively to clean every bowling ball now in our shop, simply because it's the best that we've come across thus far. So again, appreciate you guys for watching. I'll talk to y'all later.